Hello everybody, and welcome to part 3 of my home repairs. Today we are working on organizing and decluttering the pantry. A little history on my house. It was built in 1977. It is the house that I grew up in, and I will be the owner of it here in 2022 once my mom and I talk to a realtor and the title company and get all the paperwork processed. But I am going to go ahead and finish pulling everything out of the pantry, but we had the foundation to the house leveled in 2021, in the summer of 2021. So the reason why I'm going through the entire house is because there are lots of cracks in the wall and windows that need to be recaulked because of the leveling of the foundation. So we need to do that, and also most of the house, the walls had not been painted since 2008. So it was time to just go ahead and repaint all the walls and get a new color of paint. And as you can see, the paint color that I'm using is right there on the kitchen walls. It's shell white from Sherwin-Williams. So it's a very, 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 very pale beige. It looks white on camera, but it is a very pale beige. And you can see the old paint color is in the pantry. It's a darker beige, and that I was tired of the darker beige. So that's why we are refreshing the entire house and redoing every room bit by bit. So we are working on the pantry today with organizing and decluttering it. I'm going to go ahead and go through all of this and try to get it somewhat in order and somewhat decluttered, because there's some stuff that I haven't eaten in years, so it just needs to be gotten rid of. Maybe not years, a couple months, maybe a year. But I needed to come up with not another organization, but it's time to declutter the pantry again, because it's gotten a little overcrowded, and to reorganize it because the cats are eating different food and everything. So there are some things that are not going to change. This is still going to be the cat foods dry cat foods container. So that one is a no-brainer. And here you'll see my momentary, I don't know where to even start. And I'm pointing out that that basket is working for my trash bags and shopping bags, and now I'm moving on to the sweet snacks. So I have brownies, cake mix, and all these fig bars, and I'm just moving them off to the side because I'm still waiting for the pantry paint to dry. And now we're moving on to the salty snacks, and some of the stuff was out of date and I'm getting rid of it. There was a lollipop stuck to the bottom of it, and that's what I'm cleaning off now, is the lollipop. And then we'll just put in some stuff and then move it off to the side. And we're moving on to the soups and canned goods, which those were pretty much just standard. And now the drinks. So I'm gonna pop in little bottles of wine. I don't drink wine. I've had those forever, so that I'm debating on if I should keep them, get rid of them. I decided to get rid of them, but keep the champagne bottles. And then I have a little vase with paper straws, and then I put everything back in. That was for my drink stuff. And here's the nut container, nut bin, and I don't eat a lot of nuts, but I do have, my mom eats nuts, so I keep the bin there for her. And now I'm moving on to backstock, and I have 2 backstock containers or bins, and this one I try to keep it mainly for the SodaStream canister and Brita filters, and it's not food backstock, but kitchen backstock. And how many jars and bottles of honey can one person have? I have too many. I need to eat more honey. And then we're moving on to chips, and I'm going to open up this box of chips and go ahead and put in some more chips into this. And I like doing this because it keeps me conscious of what I'm eating and that I'm not overwhelmed with choices. It's I just pull from the bin of chips, and then once that's empty, I pull up some more. Now, Sam was attacking my couch there, but I am now, all of these containers that have baking goods and rice and pastas, I'm just moving to the side because I'm not changing any of those. And I am pulling out all of my tea and coffee, and this is my other backstock bin, and we're going to talk about the coffee here soon. Okay, so I technically have had these coffees for a while now, and one of them is a mocha flavored one, and I have 3 more boxes like this and 2 other boxes in here, and then I have this one that's Royal Vintner Spice, and this was back when Gevalia actually had like the mail order where you could sign up to get monthly or quarterly shipments of different types of coffees, and these came in my packet when I ordered a bunch of mocha and just didn't stop it. And the last time I've tried the mocha flavored, it just wasn't good, so I think it's just gotten old. And I haven't ever tried the Royal Vintner, but I might keep the Royal Vintner and try it, because the way it's, this one, I read it. It's a full-bodied, distinctly spicy roast character of traditional Royal Vintner is blended with a touch of rich, sweet vanilla, cinnamon, and clove flavors. These spicy and subtle flavors with a hint of nutty undertones are perfectly balanced to create a unique and tempting treat. So, and it says to serve it after a traditional meal or present it as a delectable gift of royal distinction. So you either gift it or you can brew it and serve it after a meal. So, you know, I'm gonna try this. I'm not much onto the spicy flavored coffees. I like the gingerbread one to an extent. I'm much more of a peppermint mocha fan. And I've noticed when I drink a lot of Starbucks, like if I just have Starbucks coffees for a couple days, and this means the ground coffee that you can brew at home, including the K-Cups, I actually get a lot of acid reflux and heartburn from them. And Gevalia, and this is why I continue to buy their house blend, because that, I don't get heartburn from it, and I get the heartburn with Folgers and Maxwell House, and so I noticed that, and I don't have as much of a caffeine headache if I don't have coffee for a couple days when I'm drinking Gevalia coffee. But if I'm drinking any other types of coffees, I get the caffeine headache where I need to have caffeine in order for the headache to go away. So I am going to keep these, and I'm going to try this one. But I believe that these are old, the mocha flavored ones, so they're trash.
This town's so lame, I'm feeling so wired. It's 4 a.m., I'm not even tired. We're in your car, we can drive away. Oh yeah.
Okay, so there was room in my green tea and ginger and green tea with lemon and ginseng to put the raspberry tea, so we put it in there. in college and I've reused it over the years, but I've labeled it with coffee filters. So in this one, I have the little filters for the coffee maker over here, and then the actual like cup coffee filters. And then in this one, it's big tea bags, so it's when I'm making a big thing of iced tea, I have some of the larger ones, and then right now I have my peppermint mocha Keurig cups. The rest of them that I have in stock. And then in the last drawer, some more peppermint tea bags because they didn't fit into the canister. So I put them in here, but then I also have my gingerbread Starbucks teacups, and then these green tea and jasmine, which are really good with just a little bit of honey.
We can drive through the night, sing along to the midnight.
With the first aid section, medicine and first aid section. For now, I'm just gonna put it in the canisters that I have and put it back up there. I'm gonna try to organize it a little bit, but I need to do something else completely different, and because I don't like the way it's working right now. And you ask, why do I keep medicines in my pantry? Laundry room gets hot and humid. Bathrooms, hot and humid. The only really place that I can keep it is the pantry because that stays fairly cool throughout the year. And it's also where my mom kept all the medicine. So whenever the first aid kit, so whenever anybody comes to visit that's family member, that's where they go for looking for first aid stuff. So I keep it up on a higher shelf so that way it's there readily available, because usually when I'm hurting myself, it's usually in the kitchen. Or I'm somewhere close to the kitchen and that's where I'm running to grab stuff. So the rest of the stuff over here is all first aid medicines, and I'm gonna let that be for now because I need to do something. I need to figure out what system I'm going to be using for that. Okay, the pantry seems to be good, so I'm gonna actually start bringing stuff back into the pantry. And first I'm gonna wipe off the shelves because they are feeling a little scratchy. So I'm gonna move.
If you let me go, 'cause I'm flying through the sky and I'm sitting a little high on you. Still a little high on you. For so long I've been thinking that we're more than just friends. Oh yeah. Oh, but maybe your heart is falling for someone else. Whoa, 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 maybe we should talk for a minute. Then maybe we'd be getting somewhere. I just wanna love you a little to see where this is going. I really need to know, babe. Can we just open up? 'Cause I got to know if you feel the things I do. I might need some help if you let me go. 'Cause I'm flying through the sky and I'm sitting a little high on you. I think that we need a guiding light. Right now we're running around in circles. But if you don't even wanna try, I need to know it. Can we just open up? 'Cause I got to know if you feel the things I do.
keep it low now. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up and hit the road. I just got an awesome vibe, striking the winner post now. Liberty's on my mind. We've taken off, we've left the ground. You gotta understand that we get one chance, one chance. You will never regret the things that we'll do. 'Cause I wanna drive through the summer night. And when we are old and gray, we'll look back at this summer night. This summer night, this summer night. Sleeping in the back of a van, roaming in.
I have successfully tried to reorganize the pantry. Most of the stuff went back where it was because that's where I'm familiar with where they need to be. It's just a little bit more, there's more spacing between the stuff because I got rid of some of the stuff. So I had cat treats up here, cat treats back there in the corner. I've moved them down here with the food. So trying to put like items with like items. And I had the vinegar up in the back stock, and I actually need vinegar for when I go to clean. So it should be over in there, but it doesn't fit in that canister, so there was room in the drink, so it's really close. I'm okay with that. But I've moved the cereal down, and the reason why the cereal canister is like this is because it doesn't fit. So it was up on the top shelf, but I decided to, since there was a open space right here, to put it right here. And then I somehow managed to squeeze in stuff here, so there was more room here. And I put one of my lunch kits right here. And why does it feel like, oh, there's something. I'm like, why does it feel like there's something in there? It's a napkin. So I just put my lunch kit here because if I do go back into the office, this is the one that I take with me usually. And with all the wine and champagne glasses, I don't drink those. I only pull them out when I have people over, and I haven't had people over in 2 years now, pretty much. So I just went ahead and stacked them up here. If I can find room in one of my cabinets, once I start going through the cabinets, I will move those into there. But for now, they're staying here. They were in the cabinets above the refrigerator, but one of my cats likes to get into those cabinets. He likes to get into all the cabinets, but I give him that cabinet above the refrigerator for him. So he calms down a little bit in a way. But so I've emptied that cabinet out because that was all that was up in that cabinet were the wine glasses. But I put my Instapot up here so it's no longer on the floor, hiding. I'll see it there and I'll want to use it. Back stock has been cleared out. Medicines, I had these 3 canisters just sitting here and in the kitchen, dining room area. So I was like, you know what, let me just pull them out. It's not what I like. I don't like to be able to see through them necessarily, but it definitely, I was able to split them up. So I have one that says snacks on it, but it has my blood pressure machine, but it has antiseptic, or not antiseptic, but alcohol wipes, so hand sanitizer wipes basically. Then it has the hydrogen peroxide and the alcohol behind it. And the same thing I had for my wraps was way over here. So it's all the foot wraps, wrist wraps, ace bandages. Those things are in that big, huge canister along with some microwavable heating pads. And then this has all the medications, and then so all the different types of medications. And then this little thing I pulled off, and it has a thermometer, has all the ointments, anti-itch creams, all of that stuff in there. And then this one is all first aid. So it has the iodine, the New Skin, the antiseptic cream, gel, whatever I use, Band-Aids, and then the vinyl gloves back there. So it's not necessarily how I want it, but it definitely is separated, and fills up the spot, whereas the other one I couldn't put half the medicines. I had to lay down like this one because they were so tall. So this way they're in there, they're done. All I need to do now is add in my e-cloth mop, my broom, my handheld dust pan, the ruler, and I use the ruler, the yardstick, to get underneath the refrigerator when the cats push their toys underneath the refrigerator. So I keep that close because it's a constant. It goes underneath the refrigerator almost after I knock them out from underneath the roof. And I need to put the trash can and the recycling bin back in. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and sweep the floor because it is kind of nasty. And eventually I will be repolishing the floor, but I will do that when I do the rest of the floor in here. You saw in a previous video that I polished underneath the refrigerator. That's because I don't want to move the refrigerator again. I've moved it once. Yeah, so let's go ahead and sweep this out and then start moving in the rest of the stuff.
I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no gloves. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder.
Okay, now the last thing I need to do is, of course, I need to clean up everything that is in here, and I just saw the candy bowl. I need to figure out where to put that in the pantry that the cats can't get to. So that bowl will be going into the pantry as well. I need to unwrap everything because it is Christmas candy, so but I will be finding a location for those here shortly because it doesn't look that pretty that way, but we'll make it pretty and get it fit into the pantry. But I need to finish cleaning up all of this. The wine is just gonna go. I have decluttered and organized the pantry to the best that I can at this time. The pantry is one of those places that is kind of like an ever-changing organization project. So it's one of those that needs to be decluttered and organized on a very constant basis. So for me, because I'm the only one that really goes into the pantry, it doesn't need that big of a clean all the time, or declutter and organization all the time. So it is something that is on my rotation to do quarterly or twice a year. So that is something that I will continue to do throughout this year, is trying to declutter and organize it again, just trying to get things back to where they should be in their little bins. And for me, my organization style, I like the bins. I like having it kind of like organized that way. I don't really like to see the clutter. So that is why I have the bins and why they're sort of see-through but not see-through all the way, and why they are kind of short, because it hides the chaos of what's in the pantry. I like having a more fluid look, and that's why the pantry is the way that it is. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and hit that notification bell so that way you are notified every single time I post another video. I do have my regular weekly reset clean with me's posted on Mondays at 8 o'clock. And sometimes there's a little delay on those depending on what type of weekend I've had. But I try to get them posted every single Monday at 8 o'clock. But I do have these miscellaneous videos on Fridays at 8 o'clock, and they are right now consumed with home repairs. I did have some stuff about zone cleaning and budgeting, and then I will also just throw in a miscellaneous one here and there. But because, like I said, this house is an older house, and with the foundation being leveled, my focus this year really is on home repairs. So I hope everybody will join me on my journey as I am redoing the house, repainting, redoing, and some extra things once the sale of the house goes through and I am the actual homeowner of this house. Thank you, everybody, and Have a good weekend.
Closer to you now. I can't get close enough somehow. And I was down until you